Hello, hello everyone. It is Susan with Susie Simply Handmade. Let's make a snowman. Wooden beads that we're going to be painting. You are going to need something to put your beads together with. I'm just using a pipe cleaner or a Chanel stem, a silver one. I have a little base that I'm going to put on the bottom of my snowman. I have some garland. I have a little skewer that I'm going to put my wood beads on to paint. I have some greenery and some little silver berries and a little miniature pine cone we're going to be using. I also have, this is going to be for his hat. We're going to use this little button as part of the hat. I'm going to sit it to the side over here. I have a little snowflake. I also have a very little tiny twig of grapevine that we're going to break or cut and use for little arms for him. I have a pair of wire cutters, some scissors, some snowman ribbon. And I also have the dotters, or I don't know what you call them. They have the little tiny ends on them that I'm going to be doing his eyes and nose with. I've got some orange and black and white paint right here on my paint palette, and we are ready to get started. So we're going to take our skewer. So we're going to be putting our beads on here. And this is just a simple way to hold these so that you don't get paint all over the place. You can paint them all at one time. This makes it easier. Now I'm just using acrylic paint. If you use like a chalk paint, it will give them a much better coverage, but it's okay. This will work. They look pretty white, but up close and in person, I can kind of see through. It's a little bit translucent. So like I say, I probably will dry these really quick with my heat tool, and we will give them a really quick second coat. Now we are going to take our Chanel stem, and it's going to come down through the top, and I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that, okay? So I'm going to pull these off of here, put my skewer to the side. Now this, I'm going to make a hanger with this. We're going to make a little loop, which is going to be our hanger, and then we are going to twist, leave enough of a hanger where you can hang it on your tree. I'm going to twist these small enough to where I can get these through all three beads. Now I will be cutting some of this off. We're not going to need all of this, but we're going to put it down through the top. Okay, let's see if we can get this down through there. Then you're going to put, of course, your large one at the bottom so that it forms your little snowman. At the bottom, you're going to want to make a little twist here so that your Chanel stem or whatever you're using doesn't come out, and then we're going to cut that off with our wire cutters, okay? And that's why we're putting our base on, because that's going to cover that. I'll show you what I mean here. So just tuck that down, make a little circle on the bottom just like that to kind of hold them on there, okay? So now you have your little snowman shape. Now we are going to glue this on here, and then we're going to add our tinsel, garland, whatever you guys call it, around that bottom, okay? I don't think we're going to need to paint this because we're going to cover it. So we're just going to put some hot glue right here in the center a good bit. Make sure you add plenty of glue because you don't want it falling apart. Just press that on there. But there we have our base. Now we're just going to glue some of that tinsel around the bottom. If you have some faux snow, if something really cute, you can use that, like whatever you have on hand. And you can omit this step if you don't want to add this. You absolutely do not have to. So we're going to cut that off. There we go. So then you just want to fluff that up. Make sure you don't smush it too flat with your glue. Now that is just a super cute ornament already. You could leave it just like that if you wanted to and not add anything else. But we always like to detail ours up. I'm going to put it right in here. So at first it's going to look like a little halo, but we're going to make it look like a little snowman hat. Just give me a minute. So we're gonna put that on there. I didn't even think about how I was gonna do that, you guys. I knew I wanted to put a hat, and I forgot about the hanger, but this is gonna work okay. So we're gonna put our little the flat bottom part of our hat on there, and you can use a button, you can use anything that you have on hand. Anything will work. Just the bottom part of his little hat. Now what we're going to do is, you guys see this little pine cone? We're going to make it look like a little hat. Now there's like a separation here, and I'm going to cut that part off, okay? Because it just doesn't, I don't like that part. So we're going to cut that part off. Just, you know, use your imagination, get creative. Whatever you have on hand that even has the closest shape you can make look really cute, and it'll work. So how cute that is. See how you have the base of the hat and then the top of the hat, and you could cut it off a little more if you didn't want your hat that tall, but I think it looks really cute. We're gonna add some little arms here. Now again, this is just like a little scrap piece of grapevine. So you just want it to look kind of like that, just a little tiny arm. I'm gonna cut off some more of this big chunky piece. Try not to cut off the little hand parts because we need those stuck on there. Okay, snowflake in his little hands. I just want to make sure that his little, you know, that it's not up too high where his little face doesn't get covered or anything. Look at him holding his little snowflake. I love it. Okay, so he needs a little face. Oh, he's so cute, y'all. I'm just going to go in and do two little eyes, real careful. Like that. And we're going to do a little nose. So I'm just going right into my orange paint here, getting a little tiny bit of orange. Not too much because I don't want to make a mess. Just a little bit, and then I'm going to put it down right under the eyes, a little dot, and then I'm going to pull it. I'm just going to pull just like that and give him a little nose. Make it just a little bigger. So just put it down and then pull that extra paint out into a point. Just like that. So stinking cute. Look how cute that is. I think this was a little tiny bit tinier, like smaller. I'm gonna try to do some little buttons down here. So stinking cute. Okay, I got his whole face on there. His mouth's a little big. It's okay. I got his little buttons. I think we're good. It's so stinking cute. All he needs is a little scarf and he is ready to go on your tree. Something. So I'm gonna tear off just a couple of these little sprigs. I'm gonna cut this little, it's just a little plastic thing of like pine. So we're just gonna cut this really small. Anyway, there's his little greenery and berry. He is adorable, you guys. Look how cute he is. Love him.